Hello, my lovely wolf pack, and welcome back to the Lone Wolf Show, brought to you by Wolfpack Media, the most entertaining place on YouTube for your news and commentary. I'm your host, Justin Huseman, founder and news contributor. We have a great show today, and I can't wait to get started. But before we do, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to our channel. Join the pack today. All right, so guys, yesterday, prominent media influencer and senior editor at Human Events, Jack Posobiec, was assaulted by Democrats at a rally at Union Station. It appears he was attacked by an angry mob, from what I can see. And what was the grave offense that he committed to deserve being assaulted? Well, he asked a question. Specifically, he asked Congressman Jamie Raskin why the Dems lost the election. So, pretty silly reason to get attacked by an angry mob. But let's take a look at this video from Posobiec's X account and see for ourselves what actually happened here. Just give me a second here. All right. Let's take a look at this video here. So this is from Real America's Voice on X. Let's see.
My friends, with the words of the great Marylander Frederick Douglass.
Jamie, why did you lose the popular vote? Why did you lose every single swing state?
There it was. That was his grave offense.
Let me talk. Stop, babe.
Look at that. Look at these guys, dude. They all look like a bunch of old, angry white guys, bro.
Can I get my phone? No. Back up. We'll get your stuff. Back up. We'll get your stuff.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard today's edition of Human Events Daily. We're here live.
So, this is his response, Jack Posobiec's response afterwards. So, let's take a look at that.
In Washington, D.C., today is April 30th, 2025, Anno Domini. Political violence is never acceptable. It's never acceptable under any circumstance. Political speech is protected. It is protected under the First Amendment. Congressman Jamie Raskin stated that the right to protest peacefully must be respected.
Exactly.
Yet, he didn't seem to have any respect for it at all. And I'll just say this. This incident is under investigation. I've made my police report, filed it with federal law enforcement. Everything's being looked at. The IAM, this union, we're in communication with the highest levels. And there's a lot more to this that has gone on even outside of what you saw on the video that I can't get into right now.
This is wild, man. This is some wild stuff. Yeah, he's exactly right there. Like, we don't want this, man. You guys don't want to be doing... we don't want to make this the new norm. Anyway, we'll get back to the news here now. Maybe. So, yeah, so the reason I wanted to highlight this story is that, you know, Jack nails it right on the head there. It's that you notice how in the video nobody does like anything to stop this attack. Like this kind of behavior is starting to become acceptable on the left. My friends, this is a very dangerous place for our society to be. I'm not saying this to scare anybody. I say this so you guys kind of understand that we don't want any of this. We don't want this to be the new norm. We don't want escalation. I think we need to start by having the DOJ kind of rein in some of these politicians that are inciting these kinds of things. Like I want to bring your attention over here a little bit to this article who was written by it was written by Matt Taibbi. If you guys haven't heard of him, I would encourage you to go check out his X account and read some of his articles, because he's a pretty good, damn good journalist, if I do say so myself. But this article here was written by him, called "Are We in a Soft Civil War? Declarations of hostilities from both sides have grown more frank, and it may be we're past the point of return to Queensberry rules politics." Yeah. Let's see. On Sunday, April 27th, Donald J. Trump Jr. joined an event in Bulgaria hosted by controversial crypto firm Nexo. Nexo in 2023 was fined $45 million by the SEC in order to stop offering a product that was marked as a way for investors to earn interest on crypto holdings. On Monday, it announced its return to the United States, quoting Trump Jr. as saying, "I think crypto is the future of finance." The visit by Trump Jr. coincided with a sharpening public relations campaign at home. Former Treasury official Stephen Ratner argued in the New York Times that we're witnessing a new low in corruption after the Trump meme coin investors were offered special VIP tours at the White House. It also came days after 200 former diplomats and security officials signed a group letter titled "The Assault on American Democracy." I want you guys to pay attention to this. This is the part of the story that got me like a little like, whoa, dude. The Assault on American Democracy, a Call to Action, featuring signatures like ex-National Security Advisors Suzanne Rice and Anthony Lake, and impeachment witness / former Ukraine Ambassador Marie Yanukovych. The letter contained eyebrow-raising language, to say the least, my friends. Is that it? Wow, that's it. That's all it's gonna give me, unless I subscribe. Yeah, I'm not doing that, but let's take a look here. Just give me a second. I'm gonna try to look up this letter, because that's the important part of the story I wanted to tell you guys. I did not realize that I didn't have this entire news article here. So let's see here. I'm just give me a second, guys. Be patient. Alright, sorry about that, guys. I was able to find here from the Sophia Globe. This kind of gets more, I think, in depth. Let's try reading it here. Former U.S. ambassadors to Bulgaria among signatories of Assault on American Democracy Call to Action letter. Yeah, I wanted to get into this letter here that was signed by a bunch of politicians. Let me scroll down. Four former United States ambassadors to Bulgaria are among more than 200 former senior U.S. diplomatic and secretary leaders who have signed an open letter that says that President Trump and his administration have assaulted the pillars of U.S. democracy and the country's strength around the world. The letter is titled "The Assault on American Democracy, a Call to Action." Like, already the language in this, just the title. Signatories include let's just skip that. It's a bunch of ambassadors, former assistant secretaries of states, stuff like that, national security advisor to the vice president, all these former people. This is the text of the letter with the full list of signatories below. As American diplomats around the world and national security leaders here at home, we saw no greater cause than serving our fellow citizens. We swore to support and defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. None of us thought the second part of that phrase would ever come into play until now. American global leadership has depended on many factors, including political, economic, and military power, but most important was the moral foundation for that power. America as an example to others. Though our actions didn't always live up to our ideals, we stood for simple but powerful ideas that people everywhere embrace: democracy, equality, individual liberty, and human rights. Okay, guys. That moral foundation is now in grave danger. The challenge comes from within, as President Trump and his administration have assaulted the pillars of our democracy here at home and our strength around the world. This reads like fucking just like a whiny little whiny little bitch, dude. This reads like very screechy. Internationally, Trump has questioned the value of long-standing alliances in Europe and Asia. On our borders, he has poisoned ties with our closest neighbors. He has undermined the bedrock principle of our world peace, that sovereign borders will be respected. I don't know what they're talking about. The United States now seeks to lay claim to Greenland, the Panama Canal, and Canada, greenlighting other countries to proceed as they see fit, most notably Russia and Ukraine. The global economic order that ushered in a period of unparalleled prosperity for Americans. What are they talking about? Are they talking about like the past 70, like, have they been here the past 70 years? Dude, just in my lifetime. What? That's a blatant lie. The global economic order that ushered in a period of unparalleled prosperity. Prosperity for who? Prosperity for you rich fucks? Like, get the fuck out of here. Anyway, I digress. For Americans is being undermined by Trump's senseless tariffs and war on legally binding trade agreements. America, as the first responder to global humanitarian crises, becomes a distant memory with the dismantling of USAID. Get the... I hate how these people lie, dude. USAID has nothing to do with humanitarian crises, bro. It had nothing to do with that. I just hate this. The more I read this letter, the more angrier I get. But I'll read on. Domestically, Trump is aggressively eliminating constraints on his power and fomenting fear in his intimidating independent media outlets with frivolous lawsuits. Our universities are retreating from freedom of speech because of explicit threats to withdraw federal monies. Yeah, what? I can't read this, man. I'm seeing red. Our law firms are being bludgeoned into denying representation to anyone whom this administration does not like. Our medical research centers are seeing an exodus of experts forced out by an administration that does not believe in basic science. Congress and the Department of Justice threaten to impeach sitting judges that rule against the government. Federal trade unions have been shut down by executive order. State governments that challenge the administration face cuts in federal funding. A racist, misogynist, and homophobic mindset is leading to the erasure of history. I have a headache. I got a headache, guys. I got a headache, but I'm here. I'm here to give you the news. So unfortunately, we're reading this. We're here to the end. And national heroes at our cultural institutions. In a country with a proud history of immigration, legal residents are being illegally deported. You look at this. Legal residents are being illegally deported. No, they're not. No, they're not. They're lying to you guys. I'm going to go through all of these things with you here and tell you every single one of these statements is a blatant lie. Don't fall for this shit. It says people are whisked off the street by masked officials in unmarked cars and sent off to imprisonment abroad without due process. Trump talks publicly about an unconstitutional third term without a word of concern from his own party. Oh my God, these fucking people. Somebody actually had to sit down and take the time to write this long ass letter, basically just laying out every single mainstream media biased talking point. Put it all, every single one, into one fucking letter, dude. These people. These people are evil. Abject evil. You guys. American democracy and American security are inextricably linked. Weaken one and the other inevitably begins to fail. As patriots and the public servants from both parties who work to protect America over many decades, we see that link unraveling at lightning speed. So let me break that down in politician talk for you. Let's put that politician talk in normal people speak. So what they're actually saying is everything, the status quo that they've been working through for the past like 50 years to build this cabal of corruption and money and evil is being torn down, and now they're losing money and they're pissed about it. That's what they're actually saying here. But I'll read on. Many of us have served in countries where dramatically elected leaders followed a path of autocracy. And we know this crisis requires an urgent and unified response. As a result, we call for the following: former senior officials, including presidents, secretaries of state, secretaries of defense, and chiefs of staff of our military services, must jointly and publicly challenge the administration's dangerous policies and dismantling of essential institutions. Essential institutions? Lie. Lie. They're like, are they calling, like, this letter seems to straight up be calling for a coup of the United States government. This reads like a coup, bro. Let's see. Business leaders must condemn Trump's disastrous trade policy, which is plunging the global economy into chaos and disrupting supply chains that support millions of jobs. Medical institutions like the CDC, NIH, and major research centers around the country must defend science with nonpartisan funding of medical investigation and warn of the dangers of abandoning global engagement on pandemic prevention. The WHO, we need to stay in the WHO. Fuck these people, man. Universities and media must protect free speech. Without a unified stance, they will be picked off one by one, and First Amendment rights for every American will be in peril. Oh no. You see how they use this language, bro? This language is insightful in and of itself, bro. Like, it's the same as when Trump was on the campaign trail and all they could do was yell Hitler, Hitler, Hitler. Like, I don't know, man. Just language like this is dangerous, dude. Like, it seems like this entire letter is just a proposal, I don't know, to commit a coup here in the United States. Like, it doesn't sound good. It's a bad look at the very least. Our largest law firms must remain guardians of the rule of law by resisting administration pressure to undermine the legal system of checks and balances, which is so fundamental to our democracy. Finally, politicians on both sides of the aisle who believe in the core values of our Constitution must actively oppose the administration's efforts to undermine our national security, our freedoms, and our democracy, waiting passively for the electoral calendar. See, this is what sounds weird. Listen to this, guys. Waiting passively for the electoral calendar to fight back does nothing more than give the administration additional time and running room to impose its authoritarian stamp over ever more securely on government and on all of us. That sounds bad, dude. Waiting passively. They're saying that they're not trying to wait for the next election. Like, I don't know, man. This sounds something's fishy. There's some shenanigans are afoot here, guys. No American should be silent. No American who cares about our freedoms, our institutions, and our identity as a nation can afford to be a bystander. Each of us in different walks of life must do what we can, speak out, mobilize, defend our way of life. The moment requires nothing less. We must recognize the seriousness of what is taking place and act collectively to restore our democracy and our security. If we do not, the American ideals of liberty, prosperity, and equality will quickly become relics of the past. These people are fucking nuts, dude. And it goes on. It has a list of everybody, every single person, all 200 names. And I would implore you guys to kind of go check this article out. It's sophiaglobe.com slash 2025 slash 04/24 slash former U.S. ambassadors to Bulgaria. Yeah, you get it. Basically sophiaglobe.com and then the name of the article. But yeah, I would encourage you guys to go check it out and look at all these names, because if any of these people are elected officials on this list, which I think a lot of them are, yeah, it seems like they're trying to start like a global initiative to basically overthrow a duly elected president. That's what it sounds like to me. I don't know what you guys think, but this is why I just wanted to highlight the stories that I've done so far. I know it's been a little bit of a long episode for you, but we're not even close to done yet. So, because we still got an episode that I'm going to put out tonight. But let us know what you guys think down in the comments. We're going to leave that story there. Make sure you follow us on X and Facebook. Subscribe here to the channel. Join the pack. We really enjoy all of our lovely little wolf cubs. And we invite anybody else to come join us and, you know, listen to me bitch on the internet. So anyway, yeah, we will see you guys in the next episodes. Don't forget to smash the like button and share the show with all your friends. See you guys later. Peace.